Welcome to 8 Minute TV. Alfred asks. Today I'm very delighted because I have a very special guest, a very special lady so close to my heart, Fayo.
Hi, Alfred.
Hi, Fayo. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm so excited. So those of you who don't know Fayo, she's a senior here at Vanderbilt University, majoring in MHS and child development, and she's just inspired me right from the start, right from freshman year. I've always looked up to Fayo because I'm like, this lady's thriving, right? Just so inspirational. So today, within the next 8 minutes, we're going to kind of get to know you. I know you're involved in a lot on campus, a lot of outreach, a lot of impactful stuff. Yeah, so just welcome to the show.
Yeah.
How are you today?
You know, today I've been great. You know, spring break is starting here, minus a little bit of the cold.
All right.
Everything has been good.
Right, spring break though, so
Big
adios.
Yes.
As soon as you're out of here.
As soon, I'm trying to be tomorrow morning.
Right. So Fayo, one thing that you've done within these 4 years, there are many things you've done that continue to leave lasting impressions on me and many people around you, I'm sure. But it's Oromo, which is this community you're the co-founder of. Would you like to tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, Oromo Community, the Oromo people are my cultural tribe from Ethiopia. I was born there and I moved to America short after, but we've never been away from family members or honestly friends who've turned into family. A lot of what I do with the Oromo community is the same kids I grew up with. And a lot of them, I see them learning to drive now or going to school or starting the ACT.
And the kids are growing.
Oh, they're growing and they're still silly. But it's just been really nice to like always have a part of home with you, no matter like what aspect of life you're moving to. You know, when you get to college, it's really easy to get lost in the schoolwork. So it's one of the things that whenever I can call my mom or like get a Snapchat from one of the kids, it's just something that
just staying in touch with them.
Exactly.
I see.
It reminds you of who you are.
Right. So what was the defining factor? What inspired you to actually start this? Was there any defining moment? Was it just something that happened? Was it just a thought? Was it just the need to give back?
Yeah, I feel like it's always been a part of me to like want to go back to Ethiopia and like definitely like go see family who haven't been able to come to America. So that portion of it, of course. I think a lot of it is wanting to get closer to the kids. They're in high school, so not necessarily my age, but still like same right. Gen.
That's the connection.
Yeah, and so I definitely wanted to make that closer, and I wanted them to get closer too. So when the opportunity came, and Kai, who's the main founder for me, like asked me if I wanted to go in and like have some lunch with some girls or maybe start ACT tutoring, that was something that like without a doubt that I would start.
Right.
Yeah.
And one thing you just said right now is the fact that you're actually younger than you. But one thing I know about you is that you're very relatable. You're able to just understand people, and that's priceless. You know, that's priceless. So I'm happy that's been able to work out. So how much time commitment is this community of yours? Since you're a co-founder, I expect that it must be a lot of time commitment. I saw that you won an award recently, and you had this very cute Rosa Parks coat on your Instagram.
Yeah.
How much time do you have to spend on this on a weekly basis?
Well, weekly, the thing I do tutoring every week, every Saturday, and that is off campus, about a 30-minute drive. But when you start thinking about things you prioritize, it almost doesn't seem like a time commitment because it's almost like the homework I have to do is more of a time commitment than the Oromo community. You know what I'm trying to say? Yo. So it's really how I feel like how I look at it. It's not like, oh, I have to do this. It's like, oh, I have this done. I can't do this now. Or like I'll push it later and I'll like work with it. Right. But for me, I wouldn't say time commitment.
Wow,
I'll say time.
So it's more of a passion than a time commitment.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that.
I like that a lot. I like that. But is it hard combining it? I mean, it may be a passion of yours, but we still have this very rigorous Vanderbilt curriculum.
Yeah.
How are you able to combine that with this passion? Are there days when you're just like, man, I just can't do this anymore? Yeah. And I even feel like sometimes it could affect your social life. So how are you able to combine all that, merge that? Do you even have a social life in the first place?
Yeah,
right?
I definitely, when it comes to maybe like random dinners at people's houses, I would have to miss that to study for exams or do things, focus more on school that are more socially related to the Oromo community. But understanding that like if you're looking at long distance and time range, like I'm getting my degree, hopefully going into a field with more successful people. That's important to me. Hey, I'm gonna see you there. Don't you joke. I'll see you there in the realm of success.
You're all the way at the top, but we'll take it.
But think about it, like imagine if one of the Oromo kids like, hey, you know, I'm really into TV broadcasting, maybe even starting my own fashion company, like the fact that I know you or like know other people here that I can connect them to. I feel like it's really important not to forget what you can do with everything, and just to keep you pushing in both directions, you know, like keep those connections on Oromo Youth, but also keep the connections in the academic success here at Vanderbilt to make sure that, like, you can blend those worlds together.
That's the thing about the whole Vanderbilt experience, though, where you know sometimes you get so lost in your head, such that you're just like, there's this and that, all these people I get to meet, but how do you get out of that bubble where you're all tied up in schoolwork to actually get to meet people and network, right? Because people who don't know Fayo, you better get to meet her ASAP before she graduates, because this is someone you need to know. But people just get so lost in this bubble and you're just like, man, how do I actually exclude myself and network and make long-lasting friendships that could actually impact my life and other people around me, right?
Yeah. I feel like that definitely took time for me to find out, and I would say a lot of it's like blessings to find people in my life that have stayed with me since freshman year, and people. And
you've had a friend group that stayed very close.
Yeah, I would say that too. Yeah, so a lot of it, I think, being very genuine in who you are and what you value, then I feel like your situations won't change too much because you're not necessarily like conforming to those situations. Like you're gonna attract the things you value and those things that are going to stay permanent with you. And then that way it's almost not something you wake up and have to stress about, in a sense, because if you could figure out like a lot of the things you value, prioritize, know you want to do, then those things are going to keep finding you and you're going to keep looking for them. This
is inspirational, especially in America where you're a Muslim minority and there's just very polarizing sides, and being able to wake up and have that kind of mindset, that's just inspirational. There's just so much to learn from that, Fayo. So with your MHS major in child development, how does that tie into your long-term goals, and where do you hope to go post-Vandy?
Yeah, I would say when I came into Vandy, I want to do like biological science. It's something crazy, honestly.
That's why you're staying up to 4 a.m.
I'm avoiding science now. I'm just kidding. But I'm still pre-med. So I want to go into med school, but MHS was a lot more of what I wanted. I'm really glad I found it, just because it explains more than just the science behind.
I think so too.
Yeah, because especially if you're going to a hospital, even just bringing it back to the Oromo community, understanding like the history, like the structure behind that community and or the environment that leads them to live in the community they do. Just really understanding structures in America, which I learned through my MHS major, really helps me give like a more holistic view to any of my patients or any of the people I come across, and like bringing it back to like, luckily being here at Vanderbilt, like I can bring all of this knowledge, all of this understanding to more than just that like hospital room with the patient, you know. I can bring that into like communities that I'm around. If I ever move anywhere, I can try to understand like where my place is in that community and how my understanding of structures can better foster like more dialogue or even prevent anything from coming into the hospital in the first place, you know?
Right. It seems to me like you're built for this.
Oh, I love it.
You are just built for this position. This is impressive.
Yeah.
So how can people actually access Oromo's website? Is there any way to actually come on board to help? Is there any way, or is it just exclusively for Ethiopians? I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. We don't have a website, but now you got me thinking. A lot of it has started kind of internally, really just connecting the youth that's already there, from high school to college, from Atlanta to DC, like connecting youths all across America of the same culture. But we've definitely incorporated more than just Oromos. We incorporate a lot of Amharas, Tigrayans, anyone in our Ethiopian community in general. And that's expanding to when we have culture shows that are open to to the whole community. I brought my friends last year to that show, and it was the first time we put it on. Oh, it's okay. We're gonna have another one this year.
Okay, I'll be right
let you know the date. So they're doing dances. They're always practicing. They're doing spoken word. They're doing comedy. They're doing any way to express themselves, which. When you're talking anything about expression, like it's important for other people who don't understand to hear that, because that's like the passion roots from in such a creative way, and I want to make sure that's heard.
Right. You know, I just asked if you have a website, and for you know that's even overrated, because the thing is that without the website and just being internal and just being very personable to these kids, they actually feel like this is more of a family, and it adds to it. You'll be surprised. Maybe the website's overrated. You never know.
Because we really just like, whose house we're going to today? And then we go there and we're there for hours, and then the mom cooks us food, we eat, we laugh, and
people actually look forward to those moments.
Yeah.
Memories. That's impressive.
Very personal. That's what's important.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us today, Fayo. This is beautiful.
Thank you for caring.
I just can't wait to see what the future holds, and you're about to just kill the whole game. Whatever there is to kill. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I know there's a lot more to you, but today I just wanted us to focus a little bit on Oromo.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to have you on here sometime to talk more about Fayo. No. The more personals.
That would sound good. A little bit of you, Alfred, too.
Know me. Well, thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. It was a pleasure having Fayo here. I wish it could stay longer, but 8-minute TV, we've already gone past our 8 minutes, so
happens.
Till next time, bye.